quickly run through the ingredients. I've got that leftover barbecue, Chinese barbecue pork that I cut up into 3/4 inch pieces. I have some fish sauce, yes, something a little bit different, but I love the salty, briny, somewhat fermented, well fermented flavor it brings. A zucchini, garlic, grated ginger, some bell pepper, broccoli, onion, scallions, some of you call it spring onions, some of you call it green onions, a couple of these Thai chilies or what we call bird pepper. And what I did was I split them in half. Oyster sauce, mushroom flavored soy sauce, and some hoisin sauce. If you wanted to add some salt in there, you can definitely add some, but I find these sauces along with the fish sauce brings that salty element to it. Additionally, the pork, the barbecue pork, and that is crispy skin pork, that usually can be a bit salty as well. Now I'm using these ingredients. However, as with any stir fry, and speaking about stir fry, you know, a lot of people, whenever I post any sort of Asian, Chinese looking dishes, they always question why a Caribbean channel would be doing that. And I urge you, if you're one of those people, Google Chinese in the Caribbean and you'll see the reason for it. Google is your best friend. But anyways, any sort of vegetables you want to use is totally up to you. If you want to add some noodles in there, you can add some noodles in there. All of that is totally optional. Cabbage, yes. Bean sprout, yes. Totally up to you. All right. My wok's on a medium flame, and I went in there with 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. If you wanted to use grapeseed oil, canola oil, corn oil, whatever oil you like to stir fry with, you know, be mindful that we're doing it on relatively high heat, so you need something. You know, I've done, and you've seen me do stir fry with olive oil. You know, forget what I said. Just use the oil you have on hand and what you like using. In goes the pork, and the reason for adding the pork now is because I'd like to sort of render out some of the fat, and in doing so, and you see it has the skin and everything there. In doing so, it will release some of that lovely Chinese barbecue. And you know that Chinese barbecue has like Chinese 5 spice, which brings a lot of flavor to the game. Yeah, a couple minutes in, and that is when I'm gonna add the sort of ingredients, which will take a little bit longer to cook. You know, with the broccoli, if you wanted to sort of boil it, well, toss it in boiling water for about a minute, take it out, shock it in ice and drain it. It will maintain its nice color and will help cook things faster, along with the bell peppers, and of course the zucchini. And you notice how lovely and big pieces I have here. So what I'm going to do is turn my heat on just a little bit, because I want this to sort of steam saute with that pork in the bottom there, and that's going to really pop with flavor. And it's gonna, the whole idea here is not just about the flavor and how it tastes. Remember, we eat with our eyes first, so the more colors we have in there, it tends to be more appetizing even before we put it in our mouth. And stir fry simply means we're stirring as it fries, so you want to keep tossing it every minute or so. And it won't take long in here, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll add the other sort of flavor enhancers to the pot. While that happens in the wok there, I have a bowl, and I'm going to add the garlic and the ginger. And if you wanted to add the garlic and ginger directly to the wok right now, you can, but I find you risk burning things. Some sesame oil, and that is toasted sesame seed oil. I find it has a lot deeper flavor. The mushroom flavor soy sauce. Essentially all the sauces you're going to add in here, along with a splash of water, maybe a tablespoon of water. So here is that hoisin, and don't forget that fish sauce, along with the oyster sauce. Yeah? And all you want to do, like I said, a tablespoon of water, and then we're going to give this a really good mix. At this point, I'm going to add the onion, along with the 2 Thai chilies, or bird pepper as we call it in the Caribbean. I'm going to hit that to stir, because I want that pepper to hit the direct heat of the wok. And you notice Everything is starting to go brilliant color there. We all started off with brilliant colors, but the point is with the heat action, notice how the broccoli took on that lovely green, more intense color. I'm just gonna give that another 2 minutes. So in total 6 minutes before I finish up things. Then time to add that lovely sauce that we created. Of course, I want to get all of it in there. What I will do is add another tablespoon of water in here. Give that a little movement and into the pot, well, the wok. And we're gonna hit that another stir. I'm gonna take my heat back up to medium high because we're just finishing off right at this point here. So we don't want anything to go overly soggy, yeah? But the whole idea is to coat everything with that lovely sauce that we created. Now, if you wanted to add some salt, you can certainly do so. It's totally up to you. The last thing I'm gonna add in there is the green onions. I'm gonna give that another stir, and I just want that to heat through. You notice, well, here's the thing, you have choice, yeah? If you want to cook this longer, you can certainly do so. I'm unlike a, oh bro, where you going on, pepper? I like it with a slight crunch, but it's totally optional how you like it, yes? So give it a couple more minutes, or you can shut the stove off. If you wanted to add a bit of black pepper in here, you can do that as well. But I find that the little heat from the cleanup, the heat from that bird's eye pepper or bird pepper or Thai chili, whatever you call it, is enough for me. Sup soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me, email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure to have you all in the kitchen with me. We did a lovely stir fry using that leftover Chinese barbecue pork, and you know, like I said earlier, you can tailor this to your own liking, whatever sort of vegetables you have on hand or prefer using. Yo, rock that, yeah? But look at that now. Yo, look at that. Pure niceness, pure niceness. Irie.